Hello. I'm Cosmic Jack. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I wanted to channel a little bit about the astrology and kind of just talk about everything that is happening because there is a lot going on. I know you are viscerally feeling it. All of these outer planets are moving. So Uranus just stationed direct. Neptune has entered Aries, and now we are closing out Saturn in Pisces. My nose, oh my gosh, itchy. Saturn is closing out its 3-year journey through Pisces. And so when all of these outer planets shift, we feel them very viscerally, especially the week of its station. And so there's so many just different levels and layers and turning points and aspects within you, within your chart, that is getting lit up and amplified and activated. And there's also just collectively a lot happening, as of course, as above, so below. And so, as someone who has all of these 3 planets conjunct in her natal chart, I feel very well equipped to talk about how each of these different planets feel. Confirmation. So let's start with Neptune, because Neptune just went into Aries. And Neptune is, to me, the worst malefic. It is super disembodying, is like, for me, the best way to explain it. It is the planet that keeps you out of your power, out of your center, out of your body, out of your groundedness, out of your safety, out of your creativity, out of your sexual power, out of your just connection with yourself. It keeps you super codependent. It keeps you super reliant. It keeps you super victim consciousness, overly emotional, really escapey, really avoidant, and really just not being able to like handle and manage like the day-to-day aspects of daily life. And for me, it like is like almost like the energy, it can almost be like, I'm just like seeing visually like someone like drowning in the ocean, and like they will grasp at anything to like, I have just chills to like rescue them and pull them ashore. Like that's why when you are saving someone who is like drowning, you have to be really careful that they don't like pull you under with them. That's kind of the energy of like low octave Neptune. And so in Aries, it's really like illuminating and force, like picture, I'm like seeing like hot lava. Like the floor is hot lava. Like when you touch it, it's like you go into quicksand, right? Like it's very like, there was a movie, I don't even know what movie it was when I was a kid, and there was like someone like disappeared into quicksand, and it was like a fear that like got unlocked in me. And it's like kind of that energy. It's like if you step in it wrong, you just like dissolve into quicksand. And it's fast, it's fiery. Like people's road rage has been next level. Like I've witnessed a car crash. Like people are pissed, people are agitated, they are activated, they are angry, they are full of rage. And that is really Neptune and Aries really revealing these kind of emotional like amplifications of like what you were kind of immune to, or like couldn't see before. You couldn't see your rage before. You couldn't see your anger before. You couldn't see the truth of who you are before. And two, like when there is like the filter, when your rose-colored glasses come off, which they've been on for 15 fucking years, you haven't been able to see clearly for 15 years. And all of a sudden you see yourself clearly, or you see your life clearly, or you're like, you're looking at your partner being like, what the fuck was I thinking? Right? Like I'm just kind of kidding. But like, I think I've talked to like, women who are like, they finally like saw like the writing in the sand one day, and they're just like, I need to get out of this marriage. Right. It's like kind of that energy, but it can also be like a really powerful illuminator. You're like, holy shit, like I never saw my full worth and value my whole life. And now like the rose colored glasses are off. The filter is clear for my eyes and I can see myself clearly for the first time. And you can like really fall in love with yourself and really see your own beauty and see your value and see your worth and really just develop a new connection and identity with yourself, because that connection and that relationship was so distorted because you were so deeply disembodied. Aries really, in my opinion, is about your solar plexus chakra. It is about the courage, the conviction, the chutzpah, the power that you have to drive, put your head down, right? Like the ram, and move it forward. And so, you need a strong center, right? The solar plexus is the center. And it is like your gut. It's like being able to trust your gut, like having that gut punch feeling, right? It is confirmation. And Neptune in Aries is either forcing you to really develop that center if you have been lacking it, or really dissolve the egoic false illusions of control that you maybe like that is like overly developed, right? And so it's really finding like the healthy balance within your center and really taking life by the reins and being like the divine wielder of choice and really developing the ego and the identity to manifest a life that you love and that feels really good and where you feel really amazing and taken care of and supported in, because you can never out manifest your own identity. Like you just can't. I've been having a lot of great conversations about this with my clients about how, like if you have an identity where you never saw yourself clearly, like as God sees you, then you're always going to manifest through the filter of that distortion. And so it's really like you're getting a new eye prescription. Like you're getting an eye prescription for how God sees you and views you, and really being required to develop an identity that aligns with that God vision. And so, God is purposefully is perfect. Like you're perfect in God's eyes. And so this isn't, again, like having like a narcissistic ego. It's like having a healthy ego of like, my desires are divine, and this is who I signed up to be, and really seeing yourself, seeing your mission, seeing your purpose, seeing your heart, seeing your value as God sees you, and really developing like the God view vision of your life. And how would you need to shift how you see, view, and value yourself in order to manifest that life? Like, do you need to see yourself as a wife? Do you need to see yourself as successful? Do you need to see yourself as perfectly capable? Do you need to see yourself as loving? Do you need to see yourself as like a hot, sexy powerhouse? Like whatever that is, like really just seeing and recognizing and acknowledging like who you are, and like the soul and the light and the source that you came here to be, because that is, what you need to be attuned to and aligned with to live a larger than life purpose and really tap into ease and flow and less force and work and effort and control. So yeah, Neptune and Aries, you can look, you've probably, felt a lot of anger, a lot of rage, a lot of emotions surface, because too, like when we can see ourselves clearly for the first time, we can get angry. You know what I mean? That we undervalued ourselves for so long, or we didn't see our worth for so long. Like it can be like a triggering kind of experience to be like, wow, I really undersold myself and really undersold my value and undercut myself, and really, approach my life from a lens of shame rather than love. And, that's really what we're here to be embodied frequencies of love, and like being, doing, and seeing and acting from the light that is within us, like being connected to our hearts. And so allowing yourself to process any emotions that come from that, from seeing yourself clearly, from taking your power back, from really just looking at your life from the God's eye point of view and the perspective. So that's what I'll say about Neptune and Aries. Uranus, onto Uranus. Uranus stationed direct in Taurus today as I am recording this video on February 3rd. And Uranus is electricity. You know, it's so funny. I'm staying with my girlfriend right now, and she was like, I was up all night. Like, I feel like my body was zapped. I feel like there's electricity going through my body. And I was like, that's literally what I wrote in my Substack, was like about that. Like, that's how we're viscerally feeling. She was like, my body's getting a complete upgrade and like system reboot. And I was like, that's the exact words that I wrote in my Substack letter. And she was like, I haven't even had a chance to read it yet. And I was like, yeah, well, you're perfectly describing and aligned with the energy. I myself was up all night just like having the craziest dreams and like really restless, like agitated sleep. And that is because we are feeling the pulse and the buzz and the electricity and the energy of Uranus stationing direct in Taurus. Taurus is super somatic. It is serene. It is secure. It is Mother Earth energy. It is your resources. It is physical. It is 3D. It is manifestation. It is creation. It is embodiment. And Uranus is electric. And so Uranus rules your nervous system. And so for the last 8 years, we have been activating and awakening and expanding our nervous system into one of an abundant nervous system. And so your body is electric, right? And so your body needs like a new hardware and a new operating system to really receive and be aligned with like your big mission and to hold your light. And really embody that divine feminine frequency that you're here to be, and really be attuned to your energy of self-love and value and worth, and really being embodied in abundance and trusting your resources and trusting that you're provided for, and really trusting that you can just wave your little wand and you can create resources for yourself. That is what the Empress is, the divine feminine. And so it's like your system is going to need new things from you in this new level, in this new embodiment. So new levels of embodiment, new levels of the video game, new levels of your identity require different things. And so it's really attuning to your body and supporting your body in new ways so that your body can support you, and really, asking your body what it needs and how you can provide for it, and to really hold the standards of like new levels of abundance and support. And, this is closing out we're closing out this cycle the next 3 months. It will move into Gemini, April 25th. And so Uranus wants to give you gifts and blessings on its way out. But again, you got to be embodied to receive the codes. And once it goes into Gemini, you're going to really want to be in your body, because either it will fry you out or you'll be the person who's receiving all of the galactic codes that anchor in like new innovation and new technologies and really progress society forward in this new next wave of awakening and of collective consciousness shifts. So I know what I'm going to be, This is Uranus and Taurus is really the transit that started my awakening. It started my journey with my body. So it is a very powerfully activating transit. And it is also, we're going to be feeling it intensely, because all of this Aquarius energy that we have is coming into square with Uranus. And Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. And we also have a new moon solar eclipse on February 17th at 28 degrees of Aquarius, square Uranus. So literally, you cannot, I want to say like you can't trust anything right now except for God. Like, it's like the energy of expect the unexpected. There are plot twists, there are shakeups, there are divine rearranging, there are karmic alignments, there is fate, there is destiny. It is like a cosmic wild card the next few weeks. And so really trust where you're guided to go, trust where you're led, trust that I always just like to give the universe an opportunity to collide me with things. Really be open to opportunities, really be open to shifting your consciousness, shifting your perspective. That is literally how miracles manifest. And so just be open to doing something a completely different way. You all of a sudden, you worked in the matrix for, your whole life, and now you're starting a different journey as an artist. It's like that's the energy. It's like, oh, I didn't know I was a Picasso, and now I'm like an artist and a creative. It's like complete 180 pivots and shifts in your life and reality. So just being open to seeing yourself, your life, your reality in a new way. Whatever you think is going to happen, it's not going to be that. It's going to be the opposite. So again, like you can just never anticipate or predict with Uranus. So again, just expect the unexpected. Just prepare your body for change and know that you can handle anything and everything, and whatever is happening is for your highest alignment, because there really is higher octaves and energy at play. It is a super fated, super karmic time. So I'm just really excited to see what happens, because I love it. I always say, like, get your popcorn ready come eclipse time and just sit back, let the universe do the grunt work, and just open palms, open receiving. So I'm going to take a swig of my delicious lemon and lime soda water. If your body is needing a lot of salt, like mine is, give it to it. Give your body whatever it needs. I've been doing so much body, getting the massages, doing the hot saunas, doing the yoga, doing the walks, like really just going easy on my body and gentle on my body as it prepares for all these changes. So give your body what it needs. Full body chills. So someone needed to hear that. Saturn. Shall we move on to Saturn? Saturn is closing out its 3-year cycle in Pisces. That is literally the energy. It's like, what is happening? What has been happening the last 3 fucking years? I don't fucking know. Saturn in Pisces has forced you to face and confront a lot of your subconscious shit. I consider myself a master at Saturn and Pisces at this point. I have Saturn in the 12th house conjunct Neptune. It is quite literally the hardest Saturn placement, in my opinion, and other astrologers have confirmed. They're like, are you okay? And I'm like, no. But as with all Saturn energy, you can then turn it into a strength. That's like the energy of turning a weakness into a strength. So wherever Pisces has been or is in your chart, Saturn has been here for the last 3 years, forcing you to face the facts and take responsibility for your own self-undoing, where you are a victim, where you are overly emotional, where you like to escape and avoid, where you are a little delulu, where you are out of body, like all of these low octave energies of Pisces, that like drowning energy, right? And Saturn is just like, bitch, take responsibility and accountability for yourself and for your life. And when you do, and you actually like clear out your physical channel, because Pisces so much is about your body being a channel for God, right? To be literally like be resourced. Source is in the word resourced, is literally just being a channel of God, for God, right? But in order to do that, you have to clear out your body. Your body, think of your body as like a tube. If your body is full of crap, right? Just like energetically, emotionally, like if it, and sometimes too, especially with Pisces energy, it's not always yours, right? It can be inherited, it can be learned, it can be the person you're emotionally enmeshed with, your partner, like whoever you're codependent with, like your tank is literally full with other people's crap, or it's full of fear or emotions or sadness or grief or guilt or shame. And it's full to the top of emotions and energy, like you've capped your capacity. Like you can't out manifest that, right? And so you got to drain your tank and fill it with love and abundance and, joy and inspiration and creativity. Then then that energy can just naturally flow right through you, right? And then you're always receiving and you're always creating and you're always circulating, right? But if your energy field is clogged, right? Like you just picture like the chakras, like the lower 3 chakras are what get clogged. Then you have a limit and you're capped on what you can manifest. And so Saturn in Pisces is really being like, you got to have boundaries, you got to have standards, you got to have discipline, you got to like clear out your energy field, you got to see where, you really got to face the karma your soul came here to clear. You really got to like take responsibility as like the divine wielder of your light. You got to be like the spiritual channel and the spiritual conduit. You got to face your abandonment issues. You got to face your shit with the masculine. You got to face your shit with like structure and boundaries and success and responsibility and any of those Saturnian things. And so in order to, it's really like creating a new wave and form of success, with like God at the front, right? Like instead of, you know, coming into your business and your career from a place of your shadows, right? And that is the craziest part I'll say about what I'll say with the last 3 years of Saturn and Pisces is like your business will reflect to you your shadows. And so as an entrepreneur, as the CEO of your company, but you can also just look at it as your life, like can you just really have the bravery and the courage to look at all of your blind spots and see your shadows? Because life is, and especially your business, like your business is a neutral reflector of your shit. So it'll reflect to you, you'll like literally like your beliefs, your thoughts, your patterns, like where you hold back, where you're not taking responsibility, where you're not taking accountability, where you're afraid, where you have shame, where you have guilt, like all of that will surface in the process of entrepreneurship. And that's why they say to be an entrepreneur, you have to be spiritual, because it really is a spiritual journey. It is a spiritual initiation. And that's really what I'll say has been my experience with Saturn and Pisces the last 3 years. So you can look back to March 2023 for the themes that you have been moving through that we are clearing and completing, and that is coming to a close now. Because again, like Pisces is super faded, it's very karmic. Saturn is super faded and karmic. We still have the North Node in Pisces here. So Pisces, like we're really needing to learn like the art of spiritual surrender, of dying creation, of embodiment, of being the spiritual conduit, like really recognizing that our bodies are cosmic stardust. So whatever we think, believe, and behave that we are, like that is our reality. And so confirmation. So really pay attention to like what is subconsciously revealed to you in these next few weeks about what no longer is serving you, where you need to release, where you need to let go, where you need to close out the past, and really complete and clear these karmic cycles. So it's really a profound time to be alive. I feel like so much has come to fruition already this year, and it's only been 1 month. So things aren't even really fully getting started, and yet, like once this eclipse happens on February 17th, then we will have Saturn and Neptune conjunct at 0 degrees of Aries. Like that is really, to me, like when the new year begins, because it's going to be like full steam ahead after that. So get ready, buckle up. It's going to be a year that you remember for the rest of your life. So I'm just going to leave that there. Mic drop. If you want support working through it and navigating it, I am enrolling in my one-on-one coaching container, You and Me Baby. Working through conquering the world, stepping into your divine leadership, into the woman of your dreams, and really embodying the magic, the miracle that you are, like really owning your energy, your power, your value, your standards as a woman, and really developing into who your soul came here to be, and really activating your next level of your life. Really powerful work that we do. You can also book a one-on-one session, because I don't know what the hell people are doing if you're not following the astrology right now. Like this is like gonna be the year where astrology, like I know it's like already mainstream, but like people are gonna like realize like how accurate and important astrology is. Because here's the thing, like you could be doing like everything that like the Matrix told you is right, but you could still be getting your ass kicked because you're actually not in alignment with your chart. And so that is why the chart is the key code, because it gives you direction and guidance and support, really embodying who your soul came here to be. So it's my favorite thing in the world, doing one-on-one sessions, and the patterns and the cycles and the things that are illuminated inside those sessions are completely amazing. I'm obsessed. So I'll post the links for all of that below, but have a great February. Your life will not be the same come March. I guarantee it. So buckle up and enjoy the ride. All my love.